everybody. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the final day of survival challenge. I'm so excited to have you guys here. I'm so excited that we're gonna get pretty good weather for the last day. It's gonna be cloudy, a little bit overcast. Unfortunately, very muggy, very hot. I just got 5-minute call for the challenge, which means really 3 minutes probably until they come in. Once our video team gets set up, we're probably gonna get up and running here. So let me know if you can hear me. Make sure the microphone sound is okay. Usually at the start of the day, something's a little bit finicky, so I might have to unplug something, plug something back in. All the things that Will knows how to do, and I just kind of stand here with the camera on my back while he fixes it. But let's flip the camera. Apparently it was very cute. Let's go get the inside scoop from Javin about that beaver in the pond. Javin? Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about the beaver that you saw in the pond this morning?
Yeah, so we had the beaver enter the pond from over here. Kind of doing a little swimmy swim. Went underwater for a little bit, popped back up. Yeah. Made it all the way to the platform. I think he wanted to check out the puzzle maybe. And then he kind of went around that way. No. And last we saw, he was headed towards that little part where the land kind of juts out.
So, big unfortunate thing. I'm pretty sure that when I flip the camera, I can hear you.
Okay.
So, let's try it again.
From the top?
Alright. Dang it. Alright, let's see. Can you hear Javin now? Or I guess me now for that matter. It is, we have a delay, about a 10-second delay.
Okay.
Okay, it's still not coming back. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. Where's Will? Yeah, it's because I unplugged it. And then we used the other one. Will! Help! Hey, I did the thing I know how to do to fix it and it didn't work, so I'm calling Will over. Yeah, there's two cameras that I use. When it's on me, this camera always works because, or this mic always works because it's in the GoPro that I'm using. But the other one, there's a bunch of stuff you could do and unplugging and whatever, so unsure. So we're gonna find out.
Oh, is our audio? Oh, sound still. Now it's working.
Yeah, no, it's working because I'm using the GoPro footage. This mic isn't working. I unplugged it and plugged it back in, but I don't know.
Yeah, so you can tell when it's working, when it's not working, when you see the audio levels on there not doing anything. And I'm trying to...
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do the same thing I did last time, which is unplug everything, turn off everything, turn everything back on.
See, aren't you so glad I started this this lovely footage a little bit early today to make sure we had everything working?
And I think we're good now.
Okay, let's flip it around. Can you still hear me now that you can see Javin's beautiful face on the camera? Let me know.
It's true. Will Javin be getting wet in the pond today?
To be determined.
Ah, yay. Thanks, Allison. Alrighty, we're good to go. So, Javin, I came over and to let you guys know, Javin saw a beaver in the pond. Tell us one more time, what was the route of the beaver?
We did see the beaver. So, let's see. The beaver entered the pond from the west side. Kind of, you know, was wagging his little tail, making his way downtown. Yeah. Swimming fast. You know,
faces past.
He's
homebound.
You understand. Kind of does a little duck under the water, comes back up, goes over to the platform.
Oh.
We believe
he was on the platform in the water.
Not on it, but he peeked his little head up, was kind of looking around. We think he may wanted to check the puzzle. Yeah. He's just interested and wants to see if maybe he could solve it. And then he kind of scooted around that way, wiggle, 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 underwater, back up, and the last we saw, he was headed towards that little part where the land jets out.
Sure, yeah.
I have not taken my eyes off of the pond since.
This region.
I'm really hoping we see him again. But knowing the players are about to get in the water,
I would like to see him make an appearance during this challenge if possible. So everyone keep your eyes peeled on the stream.
The beaver is actually hitting.
We definitely need spotters on all the puzzles and a spotter
on the beaver.
On the beaver.
On the beaver in the pond.
He is actually an immunity idol, so if someone finds him.
Shout out in the comments if you want me to force Taylor to be on the extraneous beaver cam. Just literally one camera on the water the entire challenge, waiting for the beaver to come back. Alrighty, we're back though this morning, so it looks like the players are going to come in a couple minutes here. Last thing, if you missed it last night, just a quick recap, we had a night tribal.
Spooky.
We had a couple of hours before that. It was very cool. The ambiance was great. Go back and watch the footage if you haven't. But at the night tribal, it was very easy. There was a consensus from everyone where, you know, they were like, oh, it's just so easy. It was so nice to relax this afternoon. And we know that if you're relaxing on Survivor, if you're just hanging out, you're probably not playing the game very well, or you are being strategic. So a lot of times we see a majority alliance or take a Boston Rob kind of strategy. My phone is over on the tire.
Cool. PSA to anyone who tunes in the YouTube streams, I'm looking for my selfie stick, so I might be a few minutes late, but I'll be on shortly. Cool.
Zay is making a comeback. We also see like a Boston Rob style alliance where you force everyone to stay at camp and not talk strategy without you. That's kind of what we saw, I think, happening yesterday. We had an improv relaxing afternoon with our final 7 contestants, or final 8 contestants, only to come to a consensus decision for this vote. I think that what we really saw was a majority alliance kind of strong-arming and forcing maybe some people who were outside of that alliance to not have the ability to strategize or take some moment to defend their own game. And so my guess is that both Paul and Griffin are probably outside that majority alliance because they were the 2 names that came up at Tribal. So, and we saw Griffin go home in a 7-1 vote.
It was the first easy consensus vote that we've had since Merge.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm curious to know though if, you know, whatever. So we had 8 people left. If that group of 6 that may be strong-armed, it was 6 and 2 at that time. Yeah, now we're down to 7. So I'm curious to know, since Paul's name was the other one that came up, is Paul going to be, you know, the easy boot today?
5-1.
Is it going to be just something really 5-1 and another one? And yeah, is Paul going to be the easy boot today? Or is it going to, I'm sure, you know, they had all night, and we all know Paul's a talker. So I really imagine that he's probably going to be out there like really, really trying to make some connections. And it's never just as easy. And once you get down to 7, it's never just as easy as there's only one group running the entire game. There are groups within groups. There are groups that overlap groups. So I think that even if they were a united 6-person alliance last night, I'm not sure that's going to be the case today.
Someone's got to make a move in that alliance. There can only be 2 at the end, not 6.
There can only be one winner. So our contestants are coming in. We can see that there are some lovely puzzle tables set up, all in a circle. This one, I'm going to be honest, is a toughie of a puzzle.
Behind the puzzle? What? Mastermind behind the puzzle?
Ah, I did not create this puzzle.
No.
I made it more complex.
Yeah,
You cut the pieces apart, right?
You made it complex.
Yeah. This originally was a 5-piece puzzle that had a lot of airtime on Survival Challenge. But when the 5-piece puzzle, because eventually, right, if you're watching all these streams because you're a super fan, thank you, first of all. Second of all, you're going to be screenshotting these puzzles. You're going to be trying to complete these puzzles at home, make your own copies, just like the people on actual Survivor. Because when you get on Survival Challenge, you want to be able to do them. So we got to make sure we continuously make new puzzles, so that way, you know, you can't hack the entire challenge. So that's why we cut this puzzle apart, because now it's way harder. And it was already hard to begin with. Oh. Oops, sorry, Devin.
What? No way, we're not water ready. Oh my god, they didn't tell us. Okay, get ready, y'all. What am I, skibbies? Look, there's someone right there. Come on. Oh, I can't turn the water right now.
Declan, need to take it back. Unity back up for grabs. Can you hold that, please? Our first challenge today is called It's Puzzling. It is a puzzle. Guess you can figure that out. You all start on the opposite side of the pond there where the pond entry is. You're going to have an option at the start. You can run directly across the land bridge to any one of the puzzle stations and begin to solve the puzzle. If you'd like a clue, which will be very helpful with this puzzle, the clue is located inside that box on the floating platform. You can either go there first, or come here and start, or if you're here and you're not doing so well and you decide you want it later, you have the option to go back out. When you look inside that box, you'll see a shape. That shape is one of the corner pieces of the puzzle. So that's an important piece of information. So remember that. If you think you can solve it without the clue, you're welcome to come here and try that as well. The outline of the shape of the puzzle is taped onto the table, so you do have that to work with. So keep that in mind when you're making your decision out there. That's all the rules.
Okay. We can pick any color?
Pick any one, they're all the same.
But we're starting across the way.
You're starting across the way. Okay. So we'll head on over there.
Alrighty, so first things first, we did not randomly assign them to tables. They can pick any table. So my guess is, if you're a faster runner, obviously you might get a, 2-second advantage because you'll get to the blue or the gray or the black puzzle pieces first. Something about this challenge that John just let us know is that there is, obviously, you just got to solve the puzzle. Again, it's a very hard puzzle. I would recommend just going and getting the clue right away for how to solve this puzzle, because if you have never done it, it's going to take you a really long time. That clue is going to really, really cut down the time that it's going to take you. So they can swim out and get this clue from the box if they want. They can do it first, they can do it later, they can come just straight here and try and solve the puzzle. It's up to them. I think we're going to see a lot of them go for the clue, if I had to guess.
I only see one person. So I don't know. I think some of them might try to come here first.
Yeah, that's a mistake. I'm going to say that right now. I think unless they are allowed to look over at another person's table, I think that would be the only thing, is that if they maybe try and peek at somebody who does go get the clues table, because this challenge originally was a 5-piece puzzle that was created, one of the hardest puzzles that we ever had, and one of the corner pieces, I'm actually pretty sure I know in my head which corner piece they're going to give to this puzzle, because it's such an unlikely corner piece that you're just like, that doesn't even make sense, how does this even work? And then somehow it all comes together. So I would not be surprised if I know the exact piece that they're going to give up.
Kaylee and Nicole look like they're the only ones stripping down right now to go in the water.
I just think, maybe they're just really unconfident in their swimming abilities.
But I would go for the clue.
I mean,
it's a guaranteed corner piece, and you know that this is hard.
I think if you're a puzzle solver, if you're a person that's really, really good at puzzles and you're like, this is my thing, you might just be confident. And honestly, that's what's going to kill you in this challenge, overconfidence.
Go!
Oh,
there it is.
Good. I think Kaylee and Nicole are going to be one of our winners then. There's also a chance that they could be really good, but my other thing I was going to say is there is a chance
2 headed in the water for clues, everyone else headed back to start.
Kaylee and Nicole are in an alliance with somebody else on the puzzle, and they're going to tell them what the corner piece is. So, curious to know.
Yeah, inside. You got to be looking out.
Like this?
No, right here.
You have to be inside facing out, so you can't cheat. Don't want people to look at each other's puzzles. Alrighty. Got KP solving on the blue station. Lee's solving on the gray. Nicole and Kaylee have made it to the platform. Their stations are still open. Declan solving their puzzle. Glad they made it to the platform. That was, I'll be honest. Ned's solving the puzzle. Ooh, am I making some progress, it looks like? Maybe, I don't know. Looks good to me. But I don't know how to solve this puzzle. Got our girlies coming out of the water. Yeah, that's a good point. So you can see on the edge of Declan's puzzle right here, yeah? One of the pieces they have does not have a painted edge. I will say though, some of these pieces may have had a painted edge, and now they're not edges anymore for the puzzle, so keep that in mind too. Yeah, we got Nicole and Karen made it back. Let's see what piece they both have. Okay. So far it looks like they don't have this square in the bottom corner. Yeah, I bet if you were here, you would already have the puzzle done. These guys are amateurs. Let's go take a look and see if Paul has anything. Paul is trying to look over at Nicole's to see if he can figure out what that piece is. So also really strategic where you chose to stand in this challenge because if you stood next to one of the tables that Nicole and Katie were going to come to, you have a better chance of figuring out what piece they are putting in a specific spot. I think someone's going to go back in the order. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Declan doesn't seem to be wanting to be so he's just stacking his pieces.
They.
I'm sorry, they.
Yeah, I do think that they are not actually trying to solve it. I think they could be doing a better job at taking it, though. I'm going to be honest. If you ever get a really narrow, teeny, tiny little, end piece there, like KP is kind of putting her pieces at the top to the point where there's just a little sliver, that's when you know that it's not right. Let's go back here. Ned looks like he's making progress. Every time I look at Ned, it looks like he's making progress with this puzzle. Yeah, it's very hard. Looks like Ned has the same piece in the corner that Taylor the water is told him, or if he just happens to have it right. Ooh. This, okay, so you can see that Ned is a little bit shy of how it's supposed to be. I imagine that's probably okay. It doesn't feel perfectly wide. Really is looking over at Kaylee or Nicole a lot. I'm not really sure why. Maybe just to check consistently that he has the right piece that she swung out to get. And it's really hot out, so that might have been a nice swing this morning. I think this is a really good point, Jordan. I think that there's definitely a
It fills the whole square, correct, John? Yes.
Declan feels like they are safe this rival, so maybe they are feeling like if I win back-to-back communities, it's going to put a big target on my back. That's definitely, I think, a likely option if they're throwing the challenges.
I'm going to relook it up.
See on Nicole's right now. I assume they have like right behind where her hand is. That little divot, where's my finger? This little divot is not right. They keep their note pieces that have a teeny tiny little nook like that. So if you ever see, I assumed in stone. If you ever see like any little kind of divots like that, you know whatever you're doing is wrong. Even if everything else gets really tightly, nothing's gonna fit in there. Alright. When you're here, when I give you all the insight, you're like, come on, how do they not recognize that? Like, man, it's so hard when you're here. And I do think some pieces of the system have painted pictures aren't actually real. You can see that piece in top. There's like a small house piece. Almost every edge is completely painted. That's because it was the edge of an original piece of this puzzle. But it was not the edge of, like the puzzle as a whole now. So we have, this puzzle was originally a 5-piece puzzle. So the edges of all of the original 5 pieces were painted and then they were cut. So the cuts that you can see should be on the inside, but there's less of them with more painted edges than there should be, if that makes sense. Very respectfully, I love someone that talks shit, so thank you. See how these, oh, I just stepped in a really big hole. Once again, reminding you all that this is a very difficult puzzle. My guess is that eventually we'll probably give everyone the first piece that Nicole and Kaylee got, and maybe Nicole and Kaylee will get the second piece too, because we are running on a time schedule here, so.
Go for a few more minutes, and then we're going to give you all the same clue.
Maybe, I mean, there has to be obviously a different clue than Kaylee and Nicole got. So maybe a different corner piece. Yeah, I think people game challenges. It's not super common, but definitely like people have tried to copy, especially tribal puzzles. People try and copy tribal puzzles all the time. Someone finishes it, they try and run over and look at it. We saw that this season earlier with Drew on Coco. But in terms of individual ones, it's not really as advantageous an individual one, because only one person wins immunity, you know. Let's do a little lap. Beckman trying out some pieces. Ned trying out some pieces.
Within the tape, not the outside border of the tape. It's the inside border of the tape.
Right.
Yep. Thank you. All taping with the tape.
I really thought it was like a band. I know, every time I look at him, it looks like he's almost done, and then he's not.
All right, everybody, stop. I'm going to give you a clue.
Oh,
turn around
pause.
and face me.
He's giving him a clue.
Show you this piece here. This piece is a corner piece with this point pointing out at the corner.
The house is a corner. Oh, yes. Very good. She had both of first clue and house placed correctly. I think we'll have to give her victory. Keep it on her. The top corner with the house and everything correct. She just is amazed. This bottom piece that she's putting in right now. She's very close to solving it. Where is she correct? There's like a little piece in the middle there. There are two pieces that like really go well together. It almost seems too easy to put them together, but you need it. So we'll come back to Haley, but I think we might take it after here. If you can figure out those bottom pieces. Alright, now unfortunately she's struggling. Which is fine, this is very hard. Alright, let's see. Is using the John shape correctly. Yeah, it's like keep PSI pieces, please. Pieces can flip, like man, again, it's a very hard challenge. Oh. Did you have to face it this way? gonna be honest. I think even when we dream teamed this, it took us like a good amount of time. I think I had to a couple hints to get it.
Couple more minutes, I'll give you another clue.
Then Japan's gonna be like, here are the first 6 pieces to the puzzle. You fill in the last 2. Once again, very hard puzzle. Flies are out today. Landing all over me. Alright, let's go check out KP. I haven't seen her recently. Maybe chips in the paint to see how the paint goes. It looks like she's trying to game it a little bit with her. Got Leo over here. Leo has the house paint like that she does not have a square in the other corner, so it looks like that paint is helping at least Keely with a lot of progress. They're gonna get a 3rd corner now, and this might be what Keely needs.
You could all find this piece on your table. Where the 2 make a right angle, this is a corner. Go.
Here we go. Thank you. Sleep deprivation. Quarters, and now Kaylee and Nicole have 3 corners. Very true. That's how everybody did their ones. Which is unfortunate because again, like I said, Kaylee had almost the entire one. But now Nicole looks like she's making progress. That one looked like it was right back. Let's see what this goes. Eaten and slept in bed. I'm tired. Makes this feel a lot harder to do. I thought that Leah has the correct side here too. But she's struggling to finish this. 2 of the 3 pieces she has placed were correct. You want them for Ned? Let's go look at Ned. Let's see what he's doing.
another couple minutes.
John had to crowdsource for another clue. We're run out of clues. I told you, Hannah, yeah. I told you guys this puzzle's really hard. We can see another one. Okay, we have one more piece right than everyone else. But they do the right orientation. This puzzle is a doozy. That will not happen. I will say we will get winners for this challenge. But that will cost, you know. It's going to be a great thing for some future players to come back and watch on the stream, I'll tell you that much. Take it away. The puzzle will fit together perfectly. See this guy? As soon as you have the gap, get it. And now, you gotta.
When did I just get it?
I know.
Declan begging the other players to get it. They were like, can someone please just get it?
Okay.
All right, stop.
Thank you.
Stop.
Evan, master puzzler, giving John some pieces to put together.
The one that I showed you last time, this was the corner. There's 2 more pieces. We'll make this into a triangle.
See, that's what I was talking about.
Make it into a triangle. Get it. These ones now. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, good.
Yep, that is the third piece that makes it into a triangle. Alright, and those 3 pieces that make it into a triangle. Leah has the 3 pieces that'll make it into a triangle. I'll make sure everybody has the right 3 pieces. Evan has confirmed that they are the right 3 pieces for everybody. Thank you to our spotters for helping out. Everyone has those 3 pieces correct. So we have now given them effectively 4 pieces, 5 pieces if they have not gotten the clue, 4 pieces if they have gotten the clue. Unsure. Let's go check on that. We haven't watched that. Like the chance that they have a piece left over. So if some of the small triangles, one side might be fine, the other side might not be. So there's a chance that maybe just based on orientation, they have it right still, but it's wrong. It just looks wrong, but they probably have it wrong. Yep, the puzzle overall is a square. The whole thing is a square. They have to keep it within the taped outline on the table. If you're just joining us, we're about 30 minutes, maybe like 25 minutes deep into this challenge. They're all really struggling. And again, we saw that Nicole and Gary have 1 extra clue compared to everybody else because they swam out for it. And at this point, I don't think they're going to swim out. curious to know what the next clue will be. If we have one. Everyone's around Kaylee, so we're gonna not.
Alright, stop. Another clue coming your way.
Oh!
Your ball table.
So fucking pathetic.
Not happy.
This piece here, you want to grab that off the table so we're all in the same spot? This corner here fits into the square piece.
Alrighty, so we saw. That should be a game. So just potentially like Kaylee has it, she says that the square piece, this piece has to have that corner in it. So hopefully that'll come out. And that's going with it.
You haven't already gone out. There's still a clue on the floating platform as well.
To go get the clue on the dock, because I think that's impossible.
I think that should be probably last one. Like, John, you get the clue from the dock. This will put us behind schedule fails all the time.
Ned's got it!
Woo! Ned! That was out of nowhere.
My piece it was like upside down, and when I flipped it over, it started to work.
Oh my god, good job,
Thank you.
Jesus, good for Ned. I'm gonna go away from it so we don't know. Kaylee's trying to figure it out. So you guys can't see the completed puzzle and screenshot it.
This is not where it goes. Nice job.
Awesome for Ned. Good for them. Alrighty, well.
Pretty quick transition into tribal.
Whew. Phil did this in 3 minutes. Well, Phil is a special breed, so good for Phil. Congrats to Ned on that victory. We're gonna head to tribal here in probably about 15 minutes or so. Honestly, really unsure. The only thing we know for sure in that challenge was that Declan was not trying. Declan was just stacking their pieces up in a pile, unstacking them in a pile, stacking them in a pile, unstacking them in a pile. So
I don't know what that means.
I think they clearly didn't feel like they needed to win it, or they actively didn't want to win it, but I don't know. I mean, yes, throwing challenges is one thing, but this is, we're late in the game, so maybe they feel like there's a really, really clear and easy vote today at this first tribal that everyone maybe has consensus again on, or maybe there's some plan in the works that they feel really confident in. So who's to say? We don't know. Yeah, I think Andy, that's really good. This one, yeah, the pieces can go in multiple orientations. Like there's one answer to the puzzle, but like all the little cut up pieces, like some of them have painted sides, some of them don't. So there is a solution to the puzzle where all of the sides are all painted. There's also a solution to the puzzle where they're not, depending on what the orientation is. So definitely something where you can't always use that as a clue. So
It's a doozy.
yeah, but alrighty, that is it for right now. We're gonna pull the players to the holding area. We'll see you probably in 15-20 minutes or so for tribal council.